The next question is, give me an example of how you improve diversity in your team. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowz8.com. Here's a good answer. Improving diversity on my team has been an intentional, ongoing effort, and one example was when I realized our engineering team lacked representation from underrepresented groups in tech. To address this, I developed a multi-step approach to create a more inclusive hiring and team culture. 1. I audited our job postings for biased language that might unintentionally discourage candidates from underrepresented backgrounds. For example, I replaced phrases like rock star engineer with inclusive language. 2. I collaborated with HR to diversify our recruitment pipeline by engaging with organizations like Girls Who Code and Black Girls Code. We also attended job fairs focused on diverse candidates and partnered with platforms such as Stack Overflow and LinkedIn groups aimed at underrepresented communities. 3. I introduced unconscious bias training for the interview panel. This ensured that every interviewer was aware of and actively mitigating their biases. We revamped the interview process to focus on practical skills rather than culture fit. Instead, we aimed for culture add, prioritizing candidates who would bring diverse perspectives. 4. I worked on fostering an environment where everyone felt they belonged. I set up mentorship programs and employee resource groups to ensure that new hires had support. We also celebrated diverse cultural events to build awareness and inclusion. 5. Finally, I implemented a system to track our hiring metrics and retention rates by demographic. This data helped us understand where we were making progress and where we needed to focus more effort. Over time, our team composition became much more diverse. Beyond the numbers, the diversity brought fresh perspectives that led to creative solutions for our customers. For example, a new hire from a non-traditional background proposed a feature optimization for users in low-bandwidth regions, which significantly improved adoption rates in emerging markets. Why does this work? 1. Proactive steps. It demonstrates initiative by addressing both recruitment and retention challenges. 2. Concrete actions. The example provides specific strategies, e.g., revising job descriptions, expanding pipelines, unconscious bias training, that show actionable commitment. 3. Acknowledges cultural integration. It highlights the importance of creating a workplace where diversity thrives, not just focusing on hiring. 4. Emphasizes impact. The tangible results, e.g., improved team composition, innovative solutions, link diversity efforts directly to team success. 5. Long-term vision. Tracking metrics and promoting mentorship programs shows a sustainable approach. What you should avoid. 1. Superficial efforts. Avoid mentioning only surface-level actions, such as just attending diversity job fairs. This can appear performative rather than genuinely committed. 2. Tokenism. Never suggest you hired someone just because of their background. Emphasize that diversity contributes to better ideas and outcomes. 3. Avoiding cultural integration. Focusing only on hiring without addressing how to create an inclusive environment may indicate a lack of long-term planning. 4. Blaming external factors. Avoid saying things like, "We don't have diverse candidates in our area," as it shifts responsibility away from your own efforts. 5. Lack of metrics. Omitting measurable results makes the answer less compelling. Be ready to discuss outcomes to show that your efforts were effective. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowz8.com. The next question is, how do you decide whether to build things on your own or buy services such as from AWS? For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowz8.com. Here's a good answer. One example was where we needed a highly scalable logging and monitoring system for our platform while we were using a homegrown solution, but it became evident that our system was struggling with scale and reliability gaps. I evaluated whether to continue investing in our in-house system or migrate to a managed service like AWS CloudWatch. My decision-making process involved the following steps. 1. I considered whether building a robust logging and monitoring system was a core strength or priority for the team. Logging was critical to operations, but not central to our business's unique value proposition. 2. I conducted a detailed cost analysis, estimating the time and resources required to bring our in-house solution up to par with the features and scalability of AWS CloudWatch, factoring in the ongoing maintenance, monitoring, and scaling of the in-house solution versus the predictable costs of using AWS, quantifying the value of the engineering time that could be spent on other features. 3. AWS CloudWatch had proven scalability, a global footprint, and SLAs that would be difficult to match with our resources, and implementing AWS CloudWatch would allow us to address the growing pains immediately, compared to the months required to scale and refactor our in-house system. 4. I weighed the risk of vendor lock-in. While moving to AWS would limit our ability to customize, the managed services reliability and scalability outweighed this concern at the time. However, I ensured that the migration design was modular enough to revisit alternatives if needed. 5. I gathered input from the engineering team, operations, and finance to validate my analysis. Collaborating ensured the team felt involved and aligned with the decision. Ultimately, we decided to migrate to AWS CloudWatch. It saved significant engineering time, improved the reliability of our monitoring, and allowed the team to focus on delivering customer-facing features. Why does this work? 1. Structured thought process. This answer provides a clear, step-by-step framework for making build versus buy decisions, showing a thoughtful and strategic approach. 2. Alignment with business goals. It ties the decision to business outcomes like time to market, cost efficiency, and focusing on core competencies. 3. Balances short and long-term thinking. The decision acknowledges both immediate needs, scalability, reliability, and long-term considerations, vendor lock-in, flexibility. 4. Demonstrates leadership and collaboration. By engaging stakeholders and the team in the decision-making process, the answer shows leadership and inclusivity. 5. Specific example with clear results. The example is concrete and the benefits, e.g., saving engineering time and improving reliability, are clearly stated. What you should avoid. 1. Oversimplifying the decision. Avoid framing it as a simple choice, such as AWS had more features, so we switched. This makes it seem like you didn't consider other factors. 2. Ignoring costs or trade-offs. Neglecting to discuss costs, financial, opportunity, or technical, can make it seem like you didn't evaluate the impact thoroughly. 3. Disregarding vendor lock-in concerns. Ignoring the risks of relying on third-party services entirely can signal a lack of strategic foresight. 4. Portraying the team as unskilled. Avoid saying things like, "We couldn't build it ourselves," which might reflect poorly on your team's capabilities. 5. Lack of context or results. If you don't provide context for the decision or clear outcomes, e.g., time saved, improved reliability, the answer will lack impact. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, give me an example of one strategic move you made as an engineering leader. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. One impactful strategic move I made as a leader was to implement a quarterly innovation sprint initiative to address a growing issue of technical debt and foster long-term team productivity. When I joined the team, I noticed two key challenges. 1. Mounting technical debt. Our code base was becoming increasingly brittle, with engineers frequently patching existing systems. 2. Team morale. Engineers felt like they were stuck in a cycle of firefighting and feature churn, with little time to focus on the craftsmanship of their work or explore innovative solutions. To address this, I proposed dedicating 1 week every quarter to an innovation sprint. During this time, the team could focus exclusively on reducing technical debt, experimenting with new tools or frameworks that could enhance our workflows. I also used data to support my argument. I calculated the cumulative time spent on production issues over the previous 6 months and estimated how much of that could be mitigated by addressing key areas of technical debt. We compiled a backlog of technical debt tasks, improvement ideas, and exploratory projects. We also created a clear structure for the week, setting goals and defining metrics for success. The results. 1. Within 3 months, our defect rate dropped by 60% due to more robust code and better testing coverage. 2. Our sprint velocity improved by 25% as engineers could build on cleaner, more modular systems. 3. Refactoring internal tools and documentation reduced onboarding time for new engineers from 4 weeks to 2 weeks. 4. Engineers consistently reported higher engagement in quarterly surveys and shared excitement about having dedicated time to focus on things they were passionate about. Why does this work? 1. Identifies a problem and takes ownership. The example demonstrates your ability to diagnose systemic issues, technical debt, morale, and take proactive steps to address them. 2. Shows strategic alignment. You framed the initiative in a way that aligned with business objectives, such as faster feature delivery and customer satisfaction. 3. Highlights collaboration. By gathering data, seeking leadership buy-in, and involving the team in planning, the example shows a collaborative leadership style. 4. Delivers quantifiable results. Providing concrete metrics, e.g., defect reduction, velocity improvement, strengthens the story and validates the strategic decision. 5. Balances short-term and long-term goals. You effectively balance the need for immediate deliverables with long-term investments in technical quality and team well-being. What you should avoid. 1. I did it all myself. This is a leadership question, so it's important to emphasize how you collaborated with stakeholders and empowered your team. 2. Vague outcomes. Avoid saying something like, "things got better." Without data or concrete results, the story loses credibility. 3. Focusing too much on the problem. While setting up the challenge is important, spend most of your answer on the solution and its impact. 4. Failing to tie back to business goals. Focusing purely on technical or team benefits without linking them to business outcomes may suggest a lack of strategic thinking. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, give me an example of one person who left the team and you regretted it. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. During my time as an engineering manager, a senior software engineer on my team, Alex, decided to leave. Alex was not only technically skilled, but also had a unique ability to mentor junior team members and foster collaboration across teams. Their departure had a noticeable impact on team morale and productivity. When Alex gave their notice, I scheduled an honest exit discussion. I learned that while they valued the work and the team, they felt their career progression was stagnant and that their contributions weren't being fully recognized. I realized that I could have done more to understand and address Alex's aspirations. While I held regular one-on-ones, I hadn't delved deeply enough into their long-term career goals or taken enough proactive steps to align those goals with opportunities within the organization. After Alex left, I took immediate steps to mitigate the loss. I reassigned their mentorship responsibilities and prioritized knowledge transfer sessions so their institutional knowledge wouldn't be lost. I also collaborated with HR to fill the role with someone who had the technical skills and collaborative mindset to match Alex's impact. To prevent a similar situation, I revamped how I approached career development conversations. I introduced a system where we set quarterly career goals and worked together on actionable steps to achieve them. I also started advocating more proactively for team members, ensuring their contributions were visible to leadership. While I regretted losing Alex, the experience made me a more proactive and empathetic leader. Over the following year, I saw an increase in employee satisfaction scores related to career development in our team surveys. I also successfully retained 2 high-potential engineers who mentioned the new career-focused initiatives as a reason they stayed. Additionally, Alex and I stayed in touch, and they actually referred a strong candidate to our team later on. Why does this work? 1. Shows vulnerability and self-awareness. Admitting a regret and taking responsibility demonstrates humility, maturity, and a willingness to learn from mistakes. 2. Highlights proactive steps. The response outlines specific actions taken to address the immediate impact of the departure and prevent similar situations in the future. 3. Focus on growth and improvement. The emphasis on how the experience improved the manager's approach to leadership reinforces adaptability and resilience. 4. Maintains professionalism. By staying in touch with Alex and maintaining a positive relationship, the answer shows professionalism and emotional intelligence. What you should avoid. 1. Blaming the individual or others. Don't place responsibility solely on the departing team member or on external factors like better pay elsewhere. This can make you appear deflective. 2. Oversharing negative details. Avoid dwelling on conflicts or dissatisfaction in a way that might reflect poorly on you or the company. Focus on solutions and improvements instead. 3. Downplaying the impact. Don't minimize the effect of the departure. Acknowledging the challenges and showing how you handled them demonstrates strong leadership. 4. Failing to reflect on lessons learned. Avoid simply narrating the event without providing insight into what you learned and how it shaped your leadership. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, give me an example of the most impactful culture change you drove as a manager. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. In one of my previous roles, I noticed that our team was highly results-driven, which led to a culture where mistakes were stigmatized. People were hesitant to take calculated risks or experiment with new ideas for fear of failure. This not only stifled innovation, but also led to burnout, as team members felt they had to get everything perfect on the first try. I realized that to foster creativity and long-term success, we needed to shift to a culture that valued psychological safety and a growth mindset. I started by modeling the behavior I wanted to see. In team meetings, I shared examples of my own missteps, what I learned from them, and how they helped me improve. This set the tone that failure wasn't a sign of incompetence, but a stepping stone for growth. I introduced a new team ritual called Learning Highlights, where team members share something they tried that didn't go as planned and what they learned from it. To incentivize participation, I praised these moments publicly and tied recognition not only to outcomes, but also to effort and initiative. To make it easier to take risks, I allocated a portion of our budget and time to innovation sprints, short, low-risk projects where teams could test bold ideas without fear of severe consequences. This created a structured way to embrace experimentation. I conducted anonymous surveys and held open forums to gather feedback on these changes. Based on the input, I refined processes, ensuring everyone felt heard and that the changes resonated with the team. Over the course of a year, the culture shift was evident. Team surveys showed a 50% increase in psychological safety scores, and engagement scores rose significantly. Importantly, our innovation pipeline grew, with team members contributing more creative ideas and proposals than ever before. One of these ideas turned into a feature that became a key differentiator for our product. Why does this work? 1. Proactive identification of the problem. The manager recognizes a cultural issue that is holding the team back and demonstrates initiative to address it. 2. Clear actions with specific examples. The response outlines concrete actions, such as the introduction of learning highlights and innovation sprints, making the cultural shift tangible and actionable. 3. Impact tied to metrics. Providing measurable results, like survey improvements and increased innovation, strengthens the response by showing the real-world benefits of the cultural change. 4. Focus on sustainability. The inclusion of feedback loops and performance review changes shows that the cultural shift was designed to be lasting and not a one-off effort. What you should avoid. 1. Blaming the previous culture. Avoid framing the old culture as a complete failure or pointing fingers at leadership. Focus on the opportunity for improvement instead. 2. Overgeneralizing. A vague description of the change, e.g., we just encouraged collaboration, without actionable steps or measurable results, will dilute the impact of your story. 3. Ignoring challenges. Avoid implying that the cultural shift was quick or effortless. Acknowledge challenges to show your resilience and problem-solving skills. 4. Neglecting the team's role. Don't frame the change as something you implemented alone. Highlight how you collaborated with the team to ensure buy-in and participation. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsie8.com. The next question is, give me an example of how you led through a reorganization as a manager. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsie8.com. Here's a good answer. In one of my previous roles, our company underwent a significant reorganization to streamline operations and align teams more closely with business priorities. My team, which previously focused solely on internal tooling, was merged with a larger product engineering group, and our scope expanded to include customer-facing features. This reorg created uncertainty, as team members were unclear about their new responsibilities and how they would fit into the broader organization. I took the time to understand the reasoning behind the reorg by meeting with senior leadership to get clarity on the goals and how my team's new responsibilities would align with them. I then scheduled a team meeting where I transparently communicated the why behind the changes, what we stood to gain as a team, and how it fit into the company's broader mission. I held one-on-one meetings with each team member to address their specific concerns and provide reassurance about job security and growth opportunities. Many team members were worried about losing their sense of identity in the larger group, so I made it a point to validate their feelings while emphasizing the potential for greater impact. To address uncertainty, I worked with leadership to define clear roles for each team member within the new structure. I also advocated for maintaining some of our team's existing projects to ensure continuity and provide stability. During the transition, I closely monitored workloads and regularly checked in to ensure no one felt overwhelmed. I made sure to celebrate small wins and highlight individual contributions to boost morale during the adjustment period. Within 6 months, my team adapted to the new structure and delivered our first major project in collaboration with the larger group. Team members reported feeling more integrated and optimistic during our next pulse survey, and one of them was even promoted due to their strong contributions in the new environment. Why does this work? 1. Proactive communication. The manager communicates the purpose and goals of the reorg clearly, addressing the common fear of ambiguity during organizational changes. 2. Empathy and individual support. Taking the time for one-on-one conversations shows empathy and builds trust, ensuring that individual concerns are acknowledged. 3. Focus on team stability and growth. Providing role clarity and continuity on familiar projects reduces uncertainty, while the proactive steps to integrate with the larger team help foster collaboration. 4. Clear impact. The answer ties the actions to measurable outcomes, such as project success and improved team morale, demonstrating the manager's ability to lead effectively through change. What you should avoid. 1. Criticizing the reorganization. Don't undermine the decision by focusing on what you didn't agree with or blaming leadership. Stay solution-oriented. 2. Lack of empathy. Avoid skipping over the emotional aspect of the transition. Acknowledging team members' concerns is crucial in maintaining trust. 3. Vague or indirect examples. Providing a generic response or failing to demonstrate specific actions and measurable outcomes will make your answer less impactful. 4. Overpromising. Avoid suggesting that you made the transition seamless overnight. Acknowledge the challenges and the effort required to navigate them successfully. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsie8.com.